Hello, this is Alan Fogelquist. Today I'm going to present some observations and ideas on recent world events and also some ideas about methods and approaches to gathering reliable factual information and analyzing it to reach a better understanding of what's going on, and from there uh, to to work towards positive solutions to major human problems um, that are facing the world. Recently, there have been a number of big issues that have appeared in the news. A few of them are, for example, the trade relations or the trade war between the United States and China and its effects on the rest of the world. The general slowdown of economic growth in many countries of the world, and the possibility of a major financial crisis. Similar or in some ways different from the crisis of 2007 to 2009 that ended up as almost a world economic crisis. There are a number of ongoing conflicts around the world that are threatening world peace. For example, in Afghanistan, there's an effort to negotiate some kind of an end to the Afghan conflict, which will allow the withdrawal of United States forces from Afghanistan. And there's a lot of it's a very complex problem and a complex situation with a number of obstacles to achieving some kind of reconciliation and peace in Afghanistan. This last week, there has been a reappearance of the Colombian Civil War with the major former guerrillas announcing that they're going to return to war against the Colombian government. And there's also the burning of large areas of forest in the Amazon and elsewhere in the world over the last few months, and the challenge that it represents for the world environment, and the bitter controversies between the leaders of different countries over who's responsible for the environmental crisis and what should be done about it, and also conflict between those who gain tremendous immediate benefit from the actions that threaten the environment, such as lumber companies that are cutting down the forest in various parts of the world, particularly in Brazil. The conflict between some indigenous groups who live in the forest and who want to keep from environmental destruction, and there have also been cases of violence by logging and agricultural and agribusiness interests and indigenous groups and others who are trying to protect the environment. This has happened in Brazil. The Amazon question affects many countries, including Brazil, Bolivia, Colombia, and other countries. So the world is just full of conflicting interests. And there's a paradox that together all of these conflicts are a net loss to the world, but particular parties involved in these conflicting interests are, in the short term, for self-preservation, have to pursue their interests as opposed to those of others. And there are all kinds of paradoxes and contradictions in the interests and relationships between various parties in individual countries and between countries around the world that prevent an optimum solution or prevent the optimum taking of action that will solve the issues.